Hey folks, and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. On our last episode, we've started to piece some things together thanks to Dia and Nahida, but we're still not quite out of the woods yet, as you can tell. So, with that wee tidbit in mind, let us continue henceforth, and well, let's actually head up to the city gate to find a way out, honestly, because, we're still trapped here. The days are ever repeating, just in a constant loop of sorts.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just wait until tomorrow.
So, is this why we can't leave the city?
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If I don't hurry, they'll be stolen.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the Academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru City today. How completely unsurprising.
Did my traveler just slide across the floor? But yeah, just a lockdown, innit?
Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either.
So it's just orders from the higher-ups and that's it? Like you don't know why we're in a constant lockdown? Okay.
We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else.
Of course the Academia wouldn't share their plans with a pawn.
Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this stupid post long ago.
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't we climb over the walls? Those guards can't be everywhere at once. This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Let's hurry!
Paimon, stay here.
Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind?
We need someone to stay and witness events from this side. Yeah, because what if there's some kind of trigger if we literally leave the borders, huh?
But what if things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble? Then Paimon won't be able to help you. Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been together, haven't we?
Oh, but did he worry, Paimon?
Okay. Paimon will wait for you.
Yeah, everything will be Gucci.
Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. Just a quick look.
Okie dokie.
And please, be careful. Memories!
Let's go and try to leave the city today.
Traveler!
What's wrong, Paimon?
Paimon would never see you again. You just disappeared. Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back. You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick look.
What did I promise?
Paimon, calm down. She's here now. I don't think she understood what you were saying. Paimon doesn't care! Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay! Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day!
Although, I don't remember doing any of this. Well, still, sorry, Paimon. I won't leave you behind.
Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that you didn't actually disappear. Oh, Paimon was so scared that you had gone into another world. Okay, Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened yesterday?
Paimon describes your plan from yesterday.
I see. Using two people's different perspectives. After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant.
Interesting. I wonder why that's the case. You sure that's what you saw? You weren't zoning out or anything? So, considering that this place is on lockdown, do they have a measure of like forcibly transporting us back of sorts? Or did we temporarily get like put into another space? Or maybe this entire place is an illusion and we just ended up stepping outside the border? Again, it's just it's a curious subject because we don't know how any of this looks from the literal outside, right? Like, for all we know, we could be in some kind of facility of sorts, you know?
No way! Paimon was watching you with the fullest attention. What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this?
Yes, I don't even know that yesterday existed. Yeah, there's only been tomorrow, and tomorrow, and another tomorrow. Oh, and I guess some todays too. You know, just this little cycle. You know how it is.
I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. Those days' memories can't be awoken.
For some reason or another, I suppose.
So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased?
So, they didn't just restrict access to Sumeru City, they're also erasing the memories of those who leave.
It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on purpose.
Yeah.
But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside.
If our memories will be erased, can we leave behind something other than memories? You know, that's a fair point, like just put something down as a hint.
Something like a message? But how can we send it back?
Like, carve out something on a landmark, write something down and put it near a landmark, just something or another, huh?
Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at.
Well, considering the fact that you're generally invisible to the naked eye, yeah.
Well... Okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right? Give me some time and take care of Dunyarzad for me. Yep! Now we're talking! I'm done. Here you go.
Thank you kindly, you wee munchkin.
What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal?
Mayhaps it's a modified one?
I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. I just tweaked it so that it could connect to any node. To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Anyway, we can use this now to record a message, right?
Almost like as if they might potentially be that Lesser Lord Kusanali people were talking about. I mean, think about it, right? Like, they can't be seen, and Kusanali's normally forgotten, you know? So it just kind of makes sense, honestly. Also, they kind of have a similar appearance to our other Archons, what with, like, prominent highlights depicting their element, also no visible vision, so, you know.
Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city. We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative now.
It's worth a try.
Let's go then. Let's expose those sages.
I still think you should stay.
All right. Paimon isn't as worried about being separated it since it happened once yesterday. But Paimon still isn't happy about it.
See you tomorrow, Paimon.
Okay, see you tomorrow, Traveler. That covers everything that's happened so far.
So, that message was what I left for myself when I left the city?
Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages from you when you were outside.
Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the messages together.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty, except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru city space when you set foot outside of the walls. But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. And if we take your word for it, the other spaces all had very weird contents.
There's another part here. We only received it last night.
Oh?
These spaces have been disappearing, one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Welp.
Why did the message end right there? What did the Traveler want to say? What are those spaces?
Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from here or from the message?
The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha terminal.
After the beep, Traveler said even the final spaces also disappeared.
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Space without human presence.
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human presence. Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like that be catastrophic?
Also, it'd definitely be completely different from, like, the usual lay of the land, at least when it comes to Teyvat. Sure, we've seen things like floating islands and, like, mountainous landscapes and all that, but we haven't quite seen disappearing areas. Although we have seen domains that could modify themselves, right? Like a labyrinth of sorts. We could also be in some kind of domain. That's also a possibility, huh?
My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends at the sound of that beep from the Akasha.
The real world, maybe? No. I know, let's just try these.
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zero's festival, also disappears, and we're taken to the next day.
Interesting.
Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Do lots of new spaces appear every day?
Okay, but how are they made? That's, like, the main question that's popping up in my head. Like, that's cool and all that we're, like, in a subspace of sorts that may act like a domain, but how did they manage to do all of this? That's like the curious thing. Like, I get that they're trying to get, like, accumulate, like, a mass of knowledge to potentially make, like, some giant hive mind, but I don't know, how did they manage to do all this?
Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these spaces anyhow?
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seats.
I mean, yeah, we get that much.
So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret.
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's an analogy and a half.
Yeah, an awfully specific one coming from you. I wonder if you're an Archon. Anyway, a secret, huh? Give me some time. I need to organize my thoughts.
Hey, where are you going?
Organize your thoughts on the familiar bench in the city. Okay. Shurio. Guess we'll just do some zoomies to get all the way over there. Still though, I have to say that the voice acting for this part has also been quite stellar. Honestly, I like the voice direction so far, and well, the overall acting. Honestly, the various voice actors and actresses did a really good job. I'm a fan. Nahida's also a standout for it, but then again, even, like, the NPCs did do a really good job, and I still really like Diaz, Alhaitham's, Tanyari's, Kolei's voices as well.
Take it easy.
It's just the vocal ranges, well, for all the various characters is quite varied. Again, I'm a fan.
Do you want some alone time to think? Alright then, Paimon won't disturb you.
Oh, time's passing by again, okay.
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
The dance of Sub-Zeros. It's that time already.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad? We still have some other stuff to do first.
Okay then. See you later.
Man. The more we hear her as well, the more, like, worn down she's sounding. I like that touch. Like, I don't like the fact that, like, it's obviously happened to Dunyarzad, but, like, again, the emotional range as well. Give my compliments to the chef.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away.
I think I know the answer now.
Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell us both together. This time, we're gonna get to the truth.
Talk to Nahida. Our cute little radish, that is. Right. Is it over this way? Or did I derp? Hopefully I didn't just have a derp moment. Because, that wouldn't be so preferable. I might have had a derp moment. Maybe not. Except for me maneuvering through that door was a bit of a derp. Dang, man. But, hey there, Nahida. Boop.
You're back. I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces, are you ready to take your Sub-Zeros exam and graduate from the festival?
Ask away, Miss Nahida.
Okay. First off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
Information on the Akasha. Whoa.
Okay. Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people. We've already experienced the Sub-Zeros festival many times, and The day of the festival seems to be in a perpetual samsara. All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common: a lack of human presence.
Alchemical divination results.
The moon, illusions, and lies. What do they all mean? People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon.
The truth behind dreams.
We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream. Rather, the Akasha is taking their dreams from them.
That's actually a really neat thing. So when people become adults, the Akasha starts taking away their dreams, their own ambitions, right? And it pretty much grooms them based on their specialties to force them into a position that the Akasha finds most suitable. Oh, that is such a neat revelation. Oh, I'm all for this. Have we already listened to this one?
Those spaces remind me of dreams. Like the one I had in the Avidia forest. Except these have no sign of human presence.
Anyway, the truth behind dreams. Submit conclusion.
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it.
That's such a neat plot, Fred. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't even think about that when it's just like, oh, well, they don't dream. But it was kind of like under our noses all along, right? Like, it was just, oh, the Akasha just takes them away. Like, of course it would be abused. Of course it would be a corrupt higher government that would essentially do that, right? Like, we've kind of had, like, some somewhat surface level things before, right? But this is like, well, I mean, well, it's technically a form of surface level thing, you know, like a corrupt government and all that, but, like, the way it's done, I really like how it's done because it kept up the mystery, right? I mean, like, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this revelation.
And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when she was trying to describe them.
Yeah.
Huh. So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one big dream together right now.
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this?
The Akasha's operation requires a gnosis. The Akasha's manifestation of the wisdom of God's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people.
It is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate.
Oh, we're actually getting the Hida's voice this time.
It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace. And it grants knowledge to the people.
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control people's dreams, too.
Yeah, the Avanara, or whatever they were called, right?
But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom.
Especially if you were to, like, piece them together, right? Like, there's a lot of, like, knowledge you could quite literally gain from it, right? Especially from, like, thousands, if not millions of your populace.
So, in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So it was all a dirty trick?
Yeah, just corrupt higher-ups.
The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh?
Yeah, and they don't intend to stop there.
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
Oh golly gee. Well,
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we removed our Akasha terminals. Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. But as soon as that beep sounded, many more spaces materialized. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, more new spaces appeared. Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content. Did he mean something more? My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking. What is going on? We've already experienced the Sabzeruz festival many times, and the day of the festival seems to be in a perpetual samsara.
Mayhaps? Nah. Fair enough. Let's just try it with this. Nah. Okay. What about with the abnormal mental fatigue? That was one of the ones I was thinking of the first time. Okay. The sound? Oh, wait, because that could be the trigger, right? Okay, I guess it's just the samsara for some reason. Oh, okay, wait. Interesting. So, mass production of dreams. Man, I feel like a right wee dum-dum. Well, I guess that's why you're able to just mash your way through, worst case, right?
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sabzeruz festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha. No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another samsara cycle. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sabzeruz festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the Akasha, and so it continues.
Yeah, perpetual cycle.
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is a dream harvesting machine. Did Paimon get that analogy right?
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get into.
Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this dream doesn't do anything.
Which makes sense, yeah.
Alright, last question. Who am I?
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation. So then, if Nahida has referred to herself as the moon...
Well, I mean, yeah, she's probably the Dendro Archon.
Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions a hint that we're all dreaming?
Lies.
Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions hinting at the sage's deception of Sumeru's people?
The moon, submit.
So you noticed.
You are Lesser Lord Kusanali. I mean, yeah, that much was obvious,
I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose you is all. Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning. It's funny. Thinking back to to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
I have a lot of questions for you, but this doesn't seem like a good time.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life.
Yeah, that would be most preferable.
On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here and now.
Oh, golly geums. Okay, why couldn't you simply tell us the truth?
You asked me this question before. My answer was, it would literally blow your minds. Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make more sense. Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. I couldn't expose you to that kind of risk.
Yeah, I think it would be quite a bit much to take it all in.
That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Long story short, I'm really sorry I had to keep you guessing.
Because it could put us into quite literal shock, huh? How did the sages manage to keep people from noticing this?
Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced this Sub-Zero's festival, so it would be very difficult for them to find anything that strikes them as surreal. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier samsara, right? That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, their actual dreams are being taken away from them by the Akasha. So whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sub-Zero's festival, they don't remember anything from their previous identical dream.
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia forest, but couldn't see what it was about after waking up. Is that an example of what you mean?
I mean, yeah, it's a bit hard to explain what happens in your dreams at times. Like, you could have a dream about how, I mean, just to do the most basic example, that you did X thing that led to X disaster. Like, maybe there was a giant spider in your dream, or, I mean, well, that would be more of a nightmare for some. But just something along those lines. It's just like sometimes when you wake up, you can't really describe it. I mean, I've had like some weird dreams where it's been like some kind of story of sorts, like an original story, right? And then I wake up and I'm like, dang, whatever it was really neat and I wish it was real, but I don't have the foggiest.
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream-enhancing power. That explains the feelings of deja vu. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sub-Zero's festival samsara, while their dreams are stolen from them over and over again.
About the side effects of a mass-produced dream.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever end? And if so, when?
We might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, there's only so much that people can tolerate, especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad. This relentless exploitation takes an even harder toll on them.
Yeah, I can imagine.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing! We've got to put a stop to this!
Why is the dream about the Sub-Zero's festival?
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Could it really just be a coincidence?
Even you don't know the reason? Wow, now that's strange.
The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it. Traveler, do you have any information?
Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content. Did he mean something more?
I have a feeling it might be this.
Celebrate the birth of that god? Could it mean...
I don't have any more questions.
Deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're trying to do, this is unforgivable. After we end the Sabzeruz Festival Samsara, we have to look into them.
How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archon's back? This is ridiculous!
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone.
A sun and a moon? Nahida's talking in riddles again.
Well, she's probably referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, you know? Oh, here we go again.
Oh, we're out of time today.
I'll tell you how to break free of the samsara tomorrow. See you then.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yeah, but Nahida's a bit more of a cuter name, you know? And I mean, we don't call, like, Zhongli Morax or Venti Barbatos, you know? We just kind of call them as they want to be called.
Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
Where is Dunyarzad? Wait, no, she couldn't have.
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Seriously?
Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No way! Are we too late?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Oh my lord. We were so close, though.
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad? Just what is she? Is she also going to disappear?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler. You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet.
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. So you do remember her after all.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still...
Man, this is hitting me hard. God dang it. It still meant a lot to her, though.
Far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sabzeruz Festival with so many regrets.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and theirs alone.
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
And, well, even amongst the oldest and wisest, they've still done their own set of mistakes now and then.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible.
Great, but how do we do that?
Although the Sabzeruz Festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So, how should we find that person?
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness. Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Imagination? What do you mean by that?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when the server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate, the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you gold and mora. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food.
So we find the host and then what?
Find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and the dream samsara will be broken.
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, there's quite the populace here.
And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming? After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, everything you've achieved up to this point has all been for the sake of finding the host and ending the samsara. As for me, during this time, I'll be out of town.
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the traveler went?
Yes. I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara need to end.
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this far only for Dunyarzad to... She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against her.
I wouldn't really so much say his fate, so much as a corrupt government. Honestly. Makes me want to give him the old one too, if and when we see him. I just feel so demoralized.
Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time. But we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. So let's break the samsara for her sake.
And, well, for our own skins too.
Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Feels like it would be easier to control it that way, no?
Unlikely. Knowing the plan, they'd probably become aware that they were dreaming. An unsuspecting host would be less likely to realize it's a dream. Yeah, that makes sense.
Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida and us. So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
I mean, it's worth a shot. Maybe Faris, the Knight of Flowers.
Oh, that would make sense. Faris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Sumeru's festival, right? Pretty core character. Let's go ask him some questions, shall we?
Well, I think that'll be saved for next time, though, because, oh boy, this hit me pretty hard, and honestly, I'm not sure how to feel. I'm not. On one hand, I'm really enjoying the storytelling that's going on here. On the other, it's like, gosh, dang it! They had to kill off Dunyarzad.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
You could say that again about the situation changing, Yelan, but anyway, folks, thank you all for watching this episode of Genshin Impact, and I'll see you all next time as we continue our journey through Teyvat. Ta-ta for now.